Yo, Turkey. Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
Just put me in the game. Just put me in the game. Canelo Crawford, the biggest fight in boxing. But we stay ready, though. We stay ready. That way we don't got to get ready.
Terence Crawford has just shared his first message for Canelo Alvarez after the official signing of their fight agreement. Canelo has signed a multi-fight deal that could see him face Crawford in September in Las Vegas, following a bout in Saudi Arabia in May. The agreement covers 4 fights, beginning with the May showdown in Saudi Arabia, and a highly anticipated clash against Crawford in September, possibly taking place in Las Vegas. Following that, there are plans for 2 more fights in 2026. Alol Sheikh, who heads Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority, shared a post on social media saying, "Don't mess with the lion," as the fight series kicks off. Meanwhile, Canelo had previously considered facing social media star-turned-boxer Jake Paul, who fueled the expectation by posting, "I sign in every fight I've been in, and that's not changing for this one." It was later revealed that negotiations for a Canelo versus Paul fight in May in Las Vegas had advanced, before eventually being shelved. MVP Promotions, Paul's company, released a statement saying they were engaged in advanced negotiations for a monumental showdown between Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez, aimed for Cinco de Mayo weekend in Las Vegas. However, the statement further explained that, despite the setback, MVP remained in active talks with other high-profile opponents, pledging to continue delivering the biggest fights in boxing. Paul, frustrated by the situation, vented on social media, claiming, "Canelo Alvarez ducked me," and adding, "I'm the new face of boxing. You cannot have the biggest fight of 2025 without my name involved." Paul's most notable defeat came in an 8-round split decision loss to Tommy Fury, the younger brother of heavyweight champion Tyson Fury.
You said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen 3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of, and with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious run for his...
The clash between Jake Paul and 58-year-old Mike Tyson last November stirred controversy due to their 31-year age difference. However, commercially, the event was a massive success, dominating viewership and cementing itself as the most-watched boxing spectacle of the year. Stepping into the ring with Paul will be an unusual spectacle for Canelo Alvarez, a fighter who has faced some of boxing's most elite opponents, having conquered multiple weight classes, including claiming a light heavyweight world title. Canelo is no stranger to high-stakes battles, but potential matchup with Crawford would pit 2 of the biggest names in the sport against each other. Canelo, a Mexican superstar and longtime undisputed super middleweight champion, faces off against Crawford, who has conquered multiple weight divisions, yet gives up significant size to Canelo. Crawford's championship journey began at lightweight, where he claimed undisputed status at super lightweight and welterweight, dominating Errol Spence in their highly anticipated 147-pound showdown. He moved up to super welterweight last year, where he defeated Israel Madrero convincingly. Crawford now wants to challenge himself against Canelo at a weight class higher than he's ever fought in, at 168 pounds. Crawford stated, "I'm waiting on Canelo in September and going to shock the world in Riyadh season." However, many fans view Canelo versus Crawford as more of a high-profile cash grab than a genuine contest. By the time this fight happens, Crawford will be pushing 38, coming off a lackluster debut at 154 pounds, and jumping 2 weight classes to face Canelo at 168 pounds in a one-on-one showdown. For those who truly follow the sport, this matchup has all the makings of a spectacle rather than a legitimate contest. If Crawford would move up to 168, take down a couple of legitimate contenders, and prove he's not just chasing a payday, a fight against Canelo wouldn't feel like a spectacle. But that's not the case, and he simply doesn't have the size or power to handle elite super middleweights. His last bout at 154 was a razor-thin win, and he looked every bit his age during the process. If Crawford falls to Canelo, It's unlikely he'll continue fighting unless he's either granted a rematch or lured back with a hefty paycheck from Turkey to face one of the top 154-pounders. Turkey, who oversees many major boxing events, sees Canelo versus Crawford as a blockbuster showdown, but wants Canelo to first take on a strong opponent this May to set the stage. Turkey admits he didn't match the payday Canelo would have earned from a bout with Jake Paul, which makes sense, as Paul's fight isn't a good challenge for Canelo. In fact, if the paycheck had been bigger, a bout with Jake would have made more sense than stepping in against Crawford. Turkey, in an interview with ESPN, mentioned that they had asked Canelo to choose a strong opponent for his May fight as they build up for the big Crawford showdown in September. While both Canelo and Crawford had agreed to fight in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh sees and acknowledged how significant the fight would be for American audiences and preferred to take place in Las Vegas. Turkey also revealed that they had heard about the possibility of Canelo fighting Jake Paul, which wasn't ideal for their plans, as it could affect the build-up to the Crawford fight.
His brother choose great fight because we are building for the big fight. Him and Crawford accept to fight in Saudi Arabia, the big fight. But we as a Riyadh season know how is big this fight and also how is important, especially in America. For that, we prefer to do it in Vegas. This is the only condition. Then, in the last 2 weeks, we start to hear the rumors about this fight. And in the last 48 hours, we heard it is close. Then it is not for our benefit because we are building the big fight against Crawford. We want him to fight, good fight, great fight in May.